Hello, you're on to the Nollywood Access Podcast, the podcast where we go straight up to talk to the movers, the shakers, the people that make the great industry of Nollywood tick, the actors, producers, writers, directors, and so much more. So we bring them to you unfiltered, raw. You get to find out those untold stories never show you, but here we show you everything and more. With that being said, with me in the studio, where do I start? He's an actor, he's a politician, he's an activist. In fact, he's a stand-up comedian. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the great, the wonderful Mr. Senator.
At this point, the drums roll, eh?
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
I'm so glad you could make it out of your very busy schedule.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All
Thank
right.
you.
So before we even go, the name, the Monica Senator. Anyone? How did you get the name? Two, any plans to enter into the political arena, throw the hat in the political arena?
Well. I think it's like the often time I'm making a response to this question. How did you get the name? So I'm going to narrate the same story all over again. So about that time, we had this democracy we're celebrating now, just the break between the military and the new civilian rule, we believe, quote unquote. Senators were seen as the glam those days. When a senator is coming in like this, it's not about throwing chairs. They came with some special aura, so everybody wanted to be like them. And then considering the fact that they're the ones that make the laws of the society, so I said to myself, you're going to be that comedian who will make people laugh, who will say what should make people laugh. Yeah? So I decided to be the senator of comedy. And that was how I came up with the name. Yeah.
Wow, I love that. So any plans to throw the hats?
Yeah, well, they say man is a political being. So just keep it open. No surprises anytime it can happen.
Never say never.
Yeah, never say never.
So just give us a brief background for some people that have been under the rock or busy doing this. Just tell us a little bit about, your upbringing before you tell us about how you entered the industry, the entertainment. So tell us, just give us an idea of how you grew up, where you grew up.
All right, so I always say that I'm a federal character, a child of federal character. By that I mean I'm Igbo. I'm from Mbise, Imo State. Yes, precisely. I'm proudly too. I was born in the north. I was born in Mina, Niger State. For those who know Niger State, there's a place called Chanchaga. That was where I was born. I've lived in Gongola, which is Adamawa State now. I've lived in Bauchi State. I lived in Jos, Plateau State.
So you speak Hausa?
Yes, I do. Yeah. In fact, I've been to 34 states of Nigeria. I've not been to Zamfara and Sokoto, that's all. Yeah, the rest of the states I've been there. So I'm here in Lagos trying to break breads and put food on the table. So you see them, federal character. I've been there. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
you have broken the bread and shared it.
Yes.
We are still eating of it.
So my dad used to work with then NEPA. I don't know what your own side is called. Some are IKDC, some BKDC, some NKDC and the rest. So my dad used to work with NEPA back in the days. So transfers for civil servants was very rampant. You know how it used to be. They transfer you from this place to the other. So my dad at that time was one of the best in his field. So, moving him from one point to the other was what we got used to. So I've been around the north and growing up as a child of a civil servant, you know how it is. Yeah. So when there you start up primary one here. When you're in primary two, they tell you have to move to the new state and all that. So we had all that moving on. And then my mom was a matron in the hospital. Yeah, so I come from that kind of background. So from my mom, we had just three of us, I and two other. Then from my father's wife, we have six, because he took a second wife. You know what the movement does. So I have six other siblings too. Yeah, so we're all grown. There's no small picking again. Some are in the diaspora, some are currently here in Nigeria. So that's it. So I have always had that flair for the arts. I didn't come in contact with the art of some fluke. No, I remember back in the days, my siblings or my parents used to call me to come, mimic. Yeah.
You're very good at doing that. We get there.
Yeah.
No, but your parents.
Yeah.
made you mimic.
So some people will come visit my dad, and maybe by the time they call their names and leave, out of play, everybody will forget the name of the person who came. So when my dad comes back and says, "Did anybody come looking for me today?" They go like, "Yes." I say, "What's his name?" Everywhere goes numb, quiet. Nobody remembers. Then I have to mimic the person that came, and my dad says, "It has to be this man." And coincidentally, I always get it right. So artistry for me was something that was inherent. It was innate. I had always loved the art. My parents tried to, bundle me to do other things. Like for my mom, she wanted me to be a medical doctor. My dad wanted me to be an engineer because he was an engineer. But for me, it wasn't working at all. So as I advanced in school, I discovered that I had more fears to face my parents because I didn't know how to let them down, that I wasn't going to do any of the two that they were proposing. I wanted to do the arts. So then as time went on, I finished from secondary school. I didn't finish with a one parcel, because my attention was just face these art things. So literature, English was just my concern because I know I was heading to the arts. So eventually I didn't make the jam at that time. But then University of Jos was running a diploma program. That was in 1996, I think. Yeah, 96, yeah. 95, 96, sort of, yeah. So I have this cousin who was studying theatre arts at that time. Yeah. So he was in the same class with Ireti Doyle. Ireti Doyle?
Yes.
Yeah, the wonderful Ireti Doyle, actually, I must say. And his classmates then who were just like an example of what I wanted to be. So I go to the theatre to watch them. I watch them taking their lives. I watch them act on stage. I watch them, go through a lot of discipline exercises on stage. Those are things that they will never tell you about the arts. They just say, "Oh, this is nice makers." So, but I fell in love some more with the arts when I watched them do some of the things they did. So I just said to myself, "This is it. Whatever anybody's going to think, this is just it. That's all." I remember one of my uncles who now stopped me from coming to his house for holidays. Yeah, back then, you say you don't want to be a serious person. You want to go and play in school.
Because you read theatre arts.
Yes. You want to do theatre arts. How can you say you want to do theatre arts? But for me, that was just where I wanted to be. Then what that gave me that edge was the fact that my mom called me someday and asked me, she said, "Is this what you want to do?" I said, "Yes." "This is what you want to do." I said, "Okay, go ahead." That was the only person who gave me the go ahead. So I got that support from my mom. I started the diploma in theatre arts, University of Jos, I think 96, 95, 96. So, and when I got in, it looked like, a square peg in a square hole. It was anything like that. So, and with that whole enthusiasm, as I advanced, I became more refined. I became more engulfed in the whole process. And after my diploma in theatre arts, I came back for a degree in theatre arts. And after that, I made a second class upper in theatre arts. So I was given an opportunity to also lecture. Yeah, but then I'd seen graduate assistants face a lot of pressure from doctors, professors. I said, I go old before time. So I said, okay, let me try the wider waters. And I decided to just advance, into, entertainment, into the arts and all that.
Okay.
So I moved to Lagos.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Now, moving into Lagos, when you came in, you didn't immediately start acting, even though you trained as an actor.
No,
You entered into comedy.
Yes.
Then, more importantly, I noticed there are a crop of entertainers that came from the lovely city of Jos, from the north,
Yeah.
of Eastern extraction,
Yes.
that came from the north.
Yeah.
So you represent a very. I'm glad I'm able to see you because you are
Yeah.
going to speak for them. So tell me about who. I can mention P Square.
Yeah, P Square's there.
Funny Bone.
Bone's there,
So
yeah.
tell me tell me more about.
Okay, so back in the days when we were in school, I remember that was about the timing. I'm very wrong with timing.
No, don't.
So I had known the likes of P Square, before coming to Lagos. They're my guys. I put her like that. They're my guys. Then Funny Bone was my junior. Funny Bone was coming to do a diploma in theater. So I was in diploma 1, and I was in 400 level degree.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you see us, blend and communicate, you might think we're just age mates. But then that was how it was back then. You always be there to either role model others, brandish talents and all that, encourage each other. So I also knew that P Square. I think Peter Paul did psychology. One of them did psychology, one of them did sociology. I can't remember, but they were in the social sciences. So we often used to meet, and then we used to also be on stage back then in school. So I used to mimic Baba Frayo back then. So my team was known as Baba Frayo, my group.
You used to dance. So you're a good dancer.
Yeah. So I used to mimic Baba Frayo. Then P Square used to do Michael Jackson. So they were called Smooth Criminals. In fact, they were just the icing in the school environment. Smooth Criminals, myself, Baba Frayo, and then they used to have there was this group. I can't remember their name now, but I know it was made up of Jessimila, also Sensi. There were some choral group too, like that, a cappella group, and they used to be something nice back then. So when I moved to Lagos, I had moved to Lagos after P Square had come. I remember Peter telling me back then, he said, Bethel, because they don't even call me senator. When you know somebody back home. I said, Bethel. He said, you did like shack inside swimming pool. Yeah, Peter said that back then. That was one of the things that really encouraged me to move from Jos. Right? So they believed that Jos was a calm, breathing environment. True. But if you don't want to make it larger than that, you have to leave the town and go to Lagos, where the competition was, sort of being like a local champion, So at that time, I now moved to Lagos. Now I'm getting to Lagos. I remember reaching out to Peter there, and you don't come. But Lagos is always, you don't come, and then you're your own.
They don't go, they come, then they go.
They come, they go. So that was how it was. At that early stages, I felt bad. I felt like, now wait till me to come, wait till they go on. But in Lagos, you have to,
find your way.
I remember trying to also delve into acting, which was my first love. So I said I was going to do Nollywood. And I spoke to Julius Agu then, because he was the one I really trained on that in terms of entertainment. So he said, you sure said that acting you want to do? I said, yes.
Oh, that's an aspect I love about you. Sorry. I was watching the podcast, I saw you imitating KOK. I'm still going to do it before you go. So please continue talking like
so
Julius.
I said there that I wanted to do, acting. That's what I studied in school. He said, you don't ask me what TV I studied. I said, you studied theater. He said, hey, now Nollywood I did do. I said, you did do something. I said, hey, if you want to do acting, that one day your hand. We there with the wait team. And so when he said that, I got that grip of fear. Like, I don't think this is the right, But I said, but that's what you wanted to do from inception. So try it. So I started acting. I remember the first one that I did, and after doing like 4 scenes, Sarah said to the assistant director, who happened to be my classmate when we were in theater at school, I said, Miriam, so how far are the payment? He said, payment. I said, he said, what made they pay you for this film? I said, yes. So she said, don't let director hear this way you talk. So it was then I knew that there was a problem. And so I remember she gave me 4,000 out of her own pocket and said, just go. I don't need the director to know that I gave you this money. And I discharged. So I was on a bike. I started asking myself, I said, dude, you did this movie for 4,000 naira. How many other 4,000s are you waiting for? So I said, okay, now I understand what Julius was saying. So I decided to, put a pause to it. I said, okay, cool. Go to stand-up /MCing. Make the name there, and then you come back to what you were trained to do.
Oh, wow.
So that was when I had that transition. So I then went into stand-up comedy again.
Wow.
So I used to do this.
It.
Yeah, I used to do it in school, but then because I was a trained thespian, I said, is this acting that I really want to do?
But comedy comes so naturally.
No, yes, it is natural. It is natural. It's innate. And then again, I must say that the theater helped me polish it. In the theater they'll tell you there's art for art's sake, there's art for functionality's sake. So you choose which of the belts you want to do. So I prefer that I do art for functionality's sake, just so that I can have more time in the business. And that's why we've done 20-something years in the game. And maybe for a few white gray hair here and there, that will tell you that we'll spend some time.
You never know. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
So some people became aware of you. Some people know you in the game as a comedian. Then the people in Nollywood started knowing you are in Flatmates.
Yeah.
So the Flatmates era, because there are different pages to your life.
Yeah. I think the Flatmate era came as a result of friendship, I must say. Result of friendship. May his soul rest in peace, Cardi Peters. He reached out to me and said, bro, would like, get your Flatmate. Because when Flatmate started, I wasn't so interested. Because I had done the pre-Flatmate. The pre-Flatmate you're watching now, I had done it. Then it was Cardi Peters that was the executive producer. Then it was, man, people they hustle shy. Cardi will shoot one episode today. I will not see him again for the next 2 months because money no day to shoot the rest. So it wasn't even a steady thing. Do you get what I'm saying? So he was just giving his
sheer passion.
Yeah. So sometimes he runs into you on the street, say, "We'll go shoot tomorrow." Tomorrow, say, "Time is good. I just see you." So I'd done like 3 episodes on that one. So when they said they started this new Flatmate, I felt it was going to be one of those things. Yeah, maybe because Mnet is now, commissioning it. It might be a little bit different, but so I wasn't really interested because I'd be hustler, Bibo guy. Do you get what I'm saying? Bibo guy. Yeah, Bibo guy. We don't say no. Yeah, that's how we keep pushing. So I knew that if all of this don't work, I'll go back to where I was offered a job, which was the university to teach. I'll go back. I love to teach. So I just knew that something had to work in this Lagos. So someday Basket now said, hey bro, we're going to need you for Flatmate. I was like, okay, let me just come and do 1 episode. They say, no, just do 2 episodes. Just do 2 episodes. So we'll not disturb you again. I said, okay, cool. This is 9 years.
Because you finished it. That's your character. We are going to come back to that, your character. But before we leave the stand-up, I have to drop my, I won't call it hot potato question. We are going to drop it.
Yeah.
Okay, I believe just as Nollywood, even the comedians are in sets.
Yeah.
I don't believe in old Nollywood, new Nollywood. It's actually different sets of like class of.
Yeah. Denzel is still Denzel.
Exactly. Yeah, so from the comedian, you have the basket. You were in the set during Basket Mouth.
Yeah, just Julius. Slightly on the basket. Okay, I was also practicing in Jos, but Jos wasn't too focal, in terms of dimension of where the attentions were. But then when we started infiltrating into Lagos, they were like, who be this? Who be that? And all that. So within that period, right, I remember Basket coming to University of Jos in 1999 or was it 2000? Yeah, so there was this concert that was going around the universities, Play Safe, that time by Gold Circle Condom. So we had basketball then. So that was when I met Basket for the very first time. Yeah. So I remember showing him one of the pictures we took together, and then he was like, I said, man, see these 2 mannequins. Back then, I was just so lean and slim and all that. Yeah, so just about that time, That's when I was also practicing. But the focal point was just here, Lagos. That was where most of the attention was on there. So
okay. So is there competition? Is there drama? Is there rivalry? Those kind of things want to know.
Well, I always say to people that even Christ knows that Israel was not just 12 people, but he chose 12. Now, there must always be a clique. But you see, like I always say to people, you must also give room for collaboration, especially in this age and time. Even while you have your clique, understand that no man is an island. You'll be needing some, collaboration. So there were cliques. I know that there was this AY clique and his boys, right? I knew that there was a basketball with his boys. I knew there was a Julius Abu with his boys. Alibaba had his boys. But one good thing I loved about this whole, what looked like a buffet, is that when it was time to eat, everybody would come out to eat. So I'm not against having cliques. I have my own cliques. Yeah, I have my own cliques. I have people that I'm comfortable with. Do you understand what I'm saying? But that's not to say that I discredit other people. It's like, it's only but normal to think that 4 times, 5 times in a week, I'm always at flatmate. The best I can have as a clique is people that I'm shooting with. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, but that doesn't say I wouldn't work with other people. Do you get my point? There are other people, and this is a fantastic one with Uru. I've done with Bola before. So it's normal. There's nothing wrong in cliques. What is wrong with having a clique is when you exhume negativity towards other people. Do you get what I'm saying? You want chopper alone. That chopper alone, Netflix don't run. That chopper alone, Amazon don't go. And that has always been the Nigerian problem with, those in the business. So when they came from South Africa, I know they came believing that the best is what they would do or give to the Nigerian, audience. I remember back then they used to pay in dollars. When you see dollars again, I know it is still our people that mess the system up. Who wouldn't value talent? Because these are foreigners. They came, okay, so we like to, collaborate. And then you see people who come, make it be only us. And at the end of the day, the foreigners will look at it like, if people are not serious, you're supposed to protect your environment, create it to be better. So when you talk about cliques, I don't have a problem with cliques, but it's the energy around the cliques is important. Do you get what I'm saying? Just so that we have a better place. That's what we need to be doing. Should have a better place. That's the problem.
So there's this, me, we like to stir the waters of a bit in Nollywood Access Podcast.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's this faction of comedians that came into Nollywood. Please, I remember those days when Nollywood was coming up. Comedians gave us, they dragged us. They will say, first, I remember, I don't know whether it was Julius, one of the comedians said, I saw a ghost. Now for Nollywood, where I see ghosts, where they look left, right, before a crossroad, though, everybody was laughing, or somebody fell, then after the fall, come hear the gunshot effect. That kind, we had a rough time, but we know it's all fun and jokes. There's a faction of the stand-up comedians that came into Nollywood and they came in with heavy money, funding international production, international standard productions. We have AY, Bovi, Basket Mouth, and all that. And there are some Nollywood hardcore trenches producers that were like, especially when they come and they even win award under your nose as best movie, the Guinness Book of Records. So what do you have to say about that entry?
The thing is, first and foremost, someone like AY studied theater arts. That's what a lot of people don't know about. He studied theater arts. So if he wants to practice, he's in line. If he wants to practice, right? A Buffy studied theater arts. If he wants to practice, he's in line. A basket man has practiced for a very long time. He's in line. So the thing is, your funding, not your business. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's your business. People bring funds from different places. We're not going to question that. Do you get what I'm saying? If you can fund a super production, fine, there's nothing wrong in it. And for me, I don't see I don't see it as something that is good if we begin to try to, put some kind of, would I say yardstick or measurement to some of the things that we practice in the business. If the man is doing a good job, I mean, let's look into it. The best we can do is to collaborate. Do you understand what I'm saying? Just like I told you how basketball said, oh, come, let's do this. Come, do this for us. I don't see anything wrong if one of those your so-called trenches guys, come up and say, oh boy, I tell you do this in make I know the level. Do you get what I'm saying? Because it's this whole believing that it should be done in a particular way that got a lot of, talents so worked up and saturated that they went to YouTube where nobody is controlling. Make I did practice my own here too. Meanwhile, we should have been doing a whole lot of collaborations. Permit me to say, I might be wrong, but this is my opinion. If Hollywood is really coming for a serious production in Africa, they might boycott Nigeria.
If this attitude continues.
It's what is going on. They might boycott Nigeria. Yes, we have the population, but now we they draw ourselves down now. It's always the crab syndrome. Do you get what I'm saying? Sometimes I go to all these awards and I just laugh. Hello, my sister. Hello, my brother. You don't call each other. Why are you pretending like too like yourself for the red carpet? I mean, come on, man. Do you understand what I'm saying? Hey, bro, how you doing, bro? Tomorrow they ask you if the bro is free. You say, no, he's not free. He traveled out of the country. Meanwhile, he's around. Do you get what I'm saying? So if we can just face the work, let's get the best out of this thing. Let's face the work. You want to tell me there are no Lupita Nyong'o in this our Nigeria? People they art now. People they art.
If they were allowed them.
Hate them they art. Send them they art. Dominic them they art. Rita, all these people. They're fantastic people. Who they act film. But when these things come, you jump. You go. Do not be here. Because we have not even been able to settle ourselves. Some tell you to come and join a guild. You really want to join the guild, but you reach the guild, you go see that different thing. And then you start wondering. You understand? You start wondering. One umbrella we can't stay under. Some prefer the rain beating us while they have the umbrella. You understand? So it's until we begin to understand that the strength of this age that we're in is collaboration. That is why you can have an AI asking you, what is your problem? Let me help you solve. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's why in America will say, oh, if you move, I'll blow you. This one say, if you blow, I have my own missile, we'll blow. We're in a collaboration now. We need to sit down and discuss. It's not like it used to be. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not like it used to be. And then you see some people support politics. Someone that say, hey, demons. That's their own political view. Do you get what I'm saying? That's their own political view. But don't rub your own view on other people. That's what I always say. I have a friend, Sheila, right? She is involved in the political system, this government. But he doesn't stop being my brother because he joined politics. Some say, oh, I went to one podcast. They say, bros, we didn't like you before, but this Sheila we mentioned, no. Come on. I've known this guy before this election. He can't stop being my friend and brother. Do you get what I'm saying? Yes, we might not be of same political views. So I remember one of my mentors back in the days, he said to me, he said, the day you focus on the competition, you will lose the product. But the day you focus on the product, you become the competition. And that is it for me. Do you get what I'm saying? But a whole lot of us practicing this art, it looks like we're in some race. Oh, one confess. Oh, one hide down. Make my sister know what they go on. So I begin to ask. So at the end, what happens? So when you get to where you believe, quote unquote, is the landmark of the race, and then some people are angry that an actor is asking for a particular amount. The dude knows the stress. Bola is here, but camera cannot show her now. We acted a movie one time. If you see what mosquito do us
Hmm.
in the night,
Hmm.
you're about to knock off some minutes. You say, "Ah, get ready, get ready." Those are the things that talent is asking you money for the inconvenience, for the depth of taking in his lines. Do you understand? For the depth of giving you a different character from the one you have watched on television. Those things, he's trying to charge you. Go like, why ain't going to charge you this guy amount? That's the sociology of an actor. Why are you angry? Meanwhile, the budget, they don't make the budget for the actor, and you're getting angry. Do you get what I'm saying?
I got you.
Like some churches, when you charge them to come and perform, they say the man of God is angry. So I say, Pastor, what if they say, okay, everybody go home with your offerings? You go happy? So we need to begin to understand that, it's not all about your own point of view. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not all about your own point of view. There are other people. Huh?
Okay. So I want us to talk about, you've been on a web series.
Yeah.
And there's this character.
That's the longest web series.
Oh my gosh. In fact, one of the most loved. I want to understand this. Oh, first of all, the name of that web series, Better House. And you play this title chief.
Yeah.
And when I see you, this is a guy now. This is a correct. Title chief is correct, but
I know.
I know. There's a character that plays the title chief Igbo man, but the person puts it on. It's like it's a costume he wears, but senator just becomes senator is. How? You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So how do you do it? Tell me, and also tell me about Better House.
Okay, so it's the training. That's the other aspect. It's the training, I must say. To be very candid with you, if you want to understand what I'm trying to say, it'll take the ground rules to really understand. By that I mean, first and foremost, they'll tell you acting is action and inaction, or reactions, right? Then they'll tell you that the actor has got tools of acting. Those are the only tools he should use. Those only here that we are very verbose. And that is the bane of our movies. You talk. You don't engage the people. All of us need to be part of the movie process. Listen, making a movie is like shopping for groceries. You can't do everything for the people watching. It's not a kindergarten. Even in kindergarten, they will teach the children, you put your left leg in, you put your left leg out, and the child is also practicing what you're doing because you want to engage the people. But how will talk from now till tomorrow when they are not Shakespearean pieces? Even as Shakespearean pieces, at times you do that. Do you understand? In acting, silence has got a lot to play. Facial expression has got a lot to play. If I do this, won't you turn around to look at what I'm looking at? Yeah. You must not always talk. Do you get what I'm saying? Your body is also part of you too. There's something you call non-verbal communication, NVC. It's something that they need to teach in the acting schools. Back there in the theater, they tell all of you to lie down on stage and everywhere is quiet. Some will sleep off. This I'm telling you is like 40 minutes to 1 hour. People will sleep off. When you wake up, they'll ask you what you saw while you were sleeping. Sometimes they'll ask you guys to now create the story from what you saw to what Uru saw. You need to create a story out of what all of you saw. So if you start now by saying, so while I was sleeping minutes ago, I saw a police officer. He was on the road. They'll ask Uru, what was he doing on the road? He said he was strolling, looking around for a thief he was chasing. I couldn't see the thief. The Bola now says, a guy just crosses the road. He suspects that's the guy and goes after the guy. So you see how you needle the story. What that has done for you is to build your imagination. So if you are now asked to act a particular role, so you start checking your imagination to see how many of those situations you have been involved in. Will I be a chief that will sound like the chief I have on Flatmate? No. What could be the actions of this particular character that you want to get involved in? And sometimes people don't even look at the subline. Yeah, what do you call that there? What is the subline? I want to talk now here. The lines are given. Within the lines, there are actions inside. It is now left for you to interpret. If we're discussing and you go like, means a whole lot. Could be, I'm surprised. Could be this guy. Could be something is smelling. It is now that your ability, to tell the stories within the subline that makes you a better actor, that makes you wrestle that role and then sink it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So by the time you begin to unveil it, people go like, I can identify this, oh yeah, somebody like this, oh yeah, and something like that. Do you get what I'm saying? It's very important. So when I was working on Better Half, to be very frank with you, I didn't know Uru was from my place. Oh, I don't charge up straight. And I can bill. So she wasn't talking directly. She was talking to her production person. So her production person said, oh, you like her? I said, I know her. But it's just that we've not had any contact or anything. And the guy was like, oh, this money, he plenty small, reduce it. So he promised a particular amount. I said, okay, let's do it. And then I met her the first day. We'll get her small breeches side. So she was doing her. Okay. But then I saw something that got me closer to her. And that was the fact that she had where she was going to. She knew if you bring red and say, Uru, this is the only thing we have. She said, can we paint it to blue? It's blue that I want.
Dogged!
You understand what I'm saying?
Doesn't back down.
So when I saw that, I said, oh, this person knows what she wants to do. She knows what her target is. They started talking, and then she said she's from Ibisa. I said, what? The only thing I did not do as a mistake was to say, oh, I'll do this for free. I just stuck to it and said, I'll collect the money. But then I remember we spent some time just discussing the arts, discussing the industry gossips, and that got us closer. And so when we were playing those roles or that role on Better Half, it looked like she was my wife somewhere.
Yeah,
and then we're just
chemistry.
So the chemistry needs to be
there.
And that's what happens to our industry, our Nollywood industry. You flash the script, oh yeah, we'll shoot next week. The guy doesn't even know what you're talking about. He comes and they say, this is your wife. The man doesn't even have 10 seconds of discussing with this person beyond this set. Do you understand what I'm saying? Oh, this is your child. And then the kids are looking off and child actors, it's a challenge in Nigeria.
They are truth.
You understand?
They're
so
truthful.
You don't even have time to bond with the people you're acting with. You understand? And that was why Better Half was what it was. So it got to some point, if you read the comments, people go like, the chemistry between these two people, and to be very candid with you, since we finished Better Halves, I have not seen Uru since that time. So that tells you that's the level of professionalism that is involved. So we put in so much work into it. And the topics, the thematic reviews that we are attending to were things people could relate with. To be very candid, I've not said this on any podcast or any set. That series brought problem to my house. Yes. Because my wife said, if you were behaving like this in the house, we would do better for this house. She just said, you went there to preach to people and you're not practicing what you do. So, my wife has watched it all over and over again.
A lot of people have watched it. Somebody told me that her mother, in fact, the producer,
yes,
her mother, she said her mom has rewound it and watched it, and so it's really,
so
and
my
that's
wife,
communication.
Yeah, my wife goes like, she's just saying my mind. I say, my mind, so it was so close to real life, where the examples, the topics, the things that we're treating was very functional. That's why I said to you, art for functionality's sake. Those ones are the ones you call the epic. You understand what I'm saying? They got epic views, epic touches. Years after, people can still watch that same thing and make the best out of it.
The classic.
Yeah, the classic.
That's it.
You understand? So it's very important.
So, which would you take? You can only take one. Comedy or acting?
Difficult, but just acting. No.
Acting?
Acting, yeah.
Performing stand-up comedy in Nigeria or a role in a Hollywood movie?
Wow. A role in a Hollywood movie.
Lagos, Abuja, or Asaba, Enugu axis?
Abuja is very nice. Very nice. Lagos will be better, but if the money let people don't come and disturb you, all those stabs, all this, yeah, I mean, it can be fun.
Theatre arts, stage, or film?
I'm being so mean now. Stage for the pause.
Please, can you give us a KOK impression?
I saw him 3 days ago. All right, let me try. Okay. If I try this and I talk to something by midnight, that is your fault.
No, you will not. You will not.
So he's casted me for one of these movies in January. So I just pray that he don't play this thing and then he changes his mind by the end of the day.
You will not.
So you say, Dave, good afternoon. So how are you? It's been a while. No, where? It's been a while. That's good. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God. I don't know about you guys, but I have had fun on this set. That has been, you see why I was calling him Senator the Great. The great senator. The most loved title chief on television. I don't know about you, but I've had fun on this podcast. This has been the great. You see now why I call him Senator the Great. That's my personal moniker for him. Yeah. Senator the Great. Now I'm sure you've learned so much of even things I thought I knew. I didn't know nothing about the industry and all that. So thank you so much for being on the program. I do hope you will be back when we call on you to do Senator 2.0 part 3, 4, 5, 6.
Where I won't go to it.
So people, please do join us for another amazing episode. You need to know who we're having next on the show. Just brace yourself. Some people are doing brace yourself. The next person, in fact, when you see me, you just be doffing your heart for me when you see me. Yeah. So till I come your way again next time, this has been the Nollywood Access Podcast and Bola Aduwo bringing it to you. Peace out and I love you.